Hello, I thought we would give you some updates from the Capitol because even though session hasn't started, there have been quite a few education hearings, especially in the Senate. Senator Uyghur, his first hearing was on testing and whether or not we would be able to eliminate some of the tests that are, in his mind, frivolous and redundant. The Commissioner of Education did talk about the fact that there are 16 federal tests that we do have to give throughout a student's lifetime or time in school. But he would like to see another way of testing. And after he did his hearing, Chair Erickson had hers, and she had just the opposite opinion. She felt that we were doing enough testing and maybe should add more to it. So it's going to be an interesting discussion. On February 2nd, Chair Uyghur had a hearing on early childhood education scholarships, and the department talked about the fact that they feel that they're being successful, that parents are getting their students into the schools that they want, and that they're getting quite a bit of parent involvement. They did admit they still have a long way to go, and the issue of facilities did raise its head, and people questioned whether if they do all-day pre-K or even half-day pre-K for a lot of school districts, the facility is going to be a problem, and as you know, we have a bill to fix that. After that, on September 9th, they had a joint hearing with the Higher Education Committee to talk about workforce counseling and how we can get students into the workforce in doing what they would like to do. The Higher Education Career Advisors Pilots is going on right now. HECAP is what it is called. And the Department of Higher Education talked about that, as did the director or the Commissioner of Education here. Then on the 16th, Chair Uyghur had a hearing on the world's best workforce legislation that went through. The Commissioner Casilius pointed out that all of her reports on that, which she has maybe 3, are online and can be read, and the fact that she thinks that this is really working and this is the way to go. She also thinks she was questioned as to when she was going to cut back on the number of reports that have to go into the Department of Education. And she answered that she's hoping just one, that the one that would be ESSA would be the one report that would be needed, and it would eliminate the redundancy of all the other ones. And as you all know, ESSA is becoming the new way of doing things. After that, he is going to have a hearing with Health and Human Services on the 23rd, and he is going to talk about, or the entire committee is going to meet with that committee, the Health Committee, and they're going to talk once again about the early childhood scholarships and how it ties together with the health and well-being and the mental health of children. The last hearing that he has before the session actually starts is going to be on the 29th, and he wants to hear from interested parties and what their priorities are for this next session. It was very interesting because when he announced that, he also announced that he will be putting out a schedule of when his hearings will be. And I know other committees are not having nearly as many hearings as they normally would have in a session. So he is going to list that, and we will see how often he's going to meet. He did say that come March 14th, he plans on pretty much having his policy and his budget bill put together. The first deadline is April 1st to have a bill out of one body or the other. So they're going to go zip, zip, zip. And our bills are being drafted, and we will have them in and request a hearing, and we will see where we will go from that. Thank you.